morning, guys. Today is Monday, September 28th. On September 28th, it said, in 1928, bacteriologist Sir Alexander Fleming accidentally discovered the antibiotic penicillin when he noticed that a mold that fell onto a culture killed many of the bacteria. So penicillin was discovered when he found mold and put it in a petri dish, and it killed the bacteria that were in the dish.
Who would have thunk that?
Right. All right, so again, today is Monday. Yesterday was Sunday. And tomorrow will be Tuesday. All right, so today's National Day is National Good Neighbor Day. So National Good Neighbor Day is September 28th. Our discussion questions: who is a neighbor? So a neighbor is somebody that lives next door to you. You could even consider like a couple houses down your neighbor. Some people that live around you are your neighbors. My neighbors are kind of crazy. So do you know your neighbors? I do. The neighbors to the right of my house have really annoying dogs that bite my kids.
I have some annoying dogs next door too.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. And then our neighbors on the other side of us are newer, but they have a garden and they always give us vegetables because I can't grow a garden if my life depended on it. So, and they're really nice people. They own a dairy farm in West Virginia. They're an older couple and they retired up here because their grandkids are up here. So they're super nice. Our other neighbors are insane. So, and how can you be a good neighbor? So you can be a good neighbor by giving your neighbor vegetables from your garden. Not letting your dogs bark at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's being a good neighbor. I don't know, being friendly. Don't build your fences too high. Let people in. It's nice. It says, good neighbors are kind and help each other. So being a good neighbor consists of being kind and helpful. Even though my neighbors are crazy with the dogs, we still let their little kids come over and play with my kids when we're outside. They're grandkids, I guess, not their actual kids. They don't live there. So on the weekends, sometimes they're there. So we think good neighbors are friends, sometimes loving, sure, and helpful. All right. Get this to go away. All right, so this week, weather. I always forget the weather because I don't
George
do
forgets
it.
my weather. I
You
got
do
one
it.
job.
You do it, and I just forget it. So,
All right, so today it is going up to almost 80 degrees today. So we're going to keep our guys' shirt and shorts on. So it's going to be sunny and warm. But after today, I think we're supposed to see more fall weather.
yeah, I think it's supposed to be in the 60s the rest of the week.
And guess what? We are almost into October. We're almost there. So it's sunny and almost September.
I always was looking at that and like, why September is a 6? It's a 9. Whew. Whoa. I just figured this out. 3 weeks into school. Okay, so this week we are talking about community workers and the things that they do. So we've been kind of praising community workers over this coronavirus shutdown because unlike us, they had to go to work. So teachers didn't have to go to work in the spring, even though we were working from home, which is still just as important. All right. Don't let anybody fool you that teaching from home is not important or that working from home is not important. I know a lot of people that are still working from home as like insurance salespeople, that type of job. People that have a desk job normally can work from home. I know our SSAs are still working from home. They are able to, and plus we are remodeling the building for them. So they will have a nice new facility in the back of the school, and they are working from home right now so that they can do that and start construction. So when you come back, construction might be started. I don't know. I thought they were going to start this summer,
I thought so too.
but they haven't started yet. So they started clearing everything out. All the rooms are empty in the back, but they haven't actually started construction. So maybe by the time everybody gets back, we'll have lots of noise and distracting things to do. So we're going to talk about community workers, the ones that haven't got to stay home. I know my husband worked through all of this. My mom worked through all of this. Your husband was on shutdown for a
He was
little
on
bit,
shutdown for a little bit, about 2 months.
but then got to go back to work. He's a truck driver. So we're going to go through a couple jobs each day. I'm going to read to you about them, do a flashcard about a couple jobs each day, and then we'll move on to our Scholastic News. We're going to watch a That's My Job video, do our vocabulary for the day, and then I have a community workers read aloud book that we'll do, and then we'll be done for the day. All right, so our first community worker, everybody seemed to have a lot of praise for them over coronavirus shutdown, are nurses. So here is a picture of a nurse. They wear scrubs, they take notes, they take care of patients. They are very important. So we have some things that nurses use. So we have a syringe, a blood pressure cuff, and a wheelchair. It says a syringe. Okay, let's read about nurses first. So they care for sick people. They follow the instructions of a doctor, and they work part of a team. You need to have some sort of schooling to be a nurse. So you can have a 2 to 3 year LPN degree or a 4 to 5 year RN degree. You have to pass your licensing exam. You have to be able to handle emergencies and other stresses. I know my mom is very stressed all the time. Duties are to help patients cope with pain, disabilities, or illnesses, carry out doctor's orders for patient medication and treatment, watch and record patients' symptoms, reactions, and progress, and assist doctors during patient examinations and surgical procedures. You will find nurses in emergency rooms, nursing homes, hospitals and surgical centers, schools, doctor's offices, and clinics. Related jobs are nurse practitioner, physical therapist, midwife, and a blood bank assistant. Here are some tools that nurses use. So syringe, a blood pressure cuff, and a wheelchair. It says a syringe is a glass or rubber tube fitted with a fitted piston at one end that when pulled out will draw fluids or when pushed in will inject fluids. It can be used for injecting medicine or cleaning wounds. A blood pressure cuff is a device that is wrapped around a person's arm and is pumped with air. As the device deflates, a nurse measures the rate and amount of blood moving through the blood vessels. Normal blood pressure readings are about 120/80. In a wheelchair, we all know what a wheelchair is. This is a chair mounted on 4 wheels and is used by people who are unable to walk. Other tools are a scale, thermometer, bandages, scrubs, bedpans, rubbing alcohol, cotton balls, nebulizers, IV fluids, specimen cups, tape measure, blankets, watches, tissues, waste can, and medicines. Other community workers. This one is my most favorite and my most important. Teachers. All right, it says a teacher. To be a teacher, you have to like helping students discover the fun of learning. You have to be creative. You like to motivate people to learn, and you have to be able to manage groups of people. Not only students, but staff. So at one point, I had 7 staff members in here total with me. So 6 other people, and you have to be able to manage them, and let them know what to do or how to help. And, they're a vital part of the classroom, but you have to be able to manage that. The requirements are a 4-year college degree at minimum. Most must pass a state licensing test and get a state teaching certificate. There are about six or eight state tests I had to take to get into this position. Good communication and teaching skills. I think, that's a growing thing. You just get better with it over time. I might not be awesome at it, but we'll get there one day, maybe when I'm 50. And you have to work with other teachers, parents, and members of the community. Your duties are to select materials and plan class lessons, help students learn and keep progress records, prepare, administer, and grade tests, maintain classroom discipline, use teaching methods that recognize individual student differences to help students learn. I think outside of this building, a lot of teachers forget how to do that. My son is extremely gifted in a lot of subject areas, and his teacher refuses to differentiate for him and make things any harder. So she just gives him extra coloring pages to color. Sure. Okay. So location, public and private schools in the cities, suburbs, and small towns. You can have home or charter schools, colleges, universities, vocational or technical schools, and tutoring centers. Related jobs are principal, guidance counselor, curriculum specialist, and a school librarian. I fully enjoy the tools that they've put on the tools that teachers use. Check that turtle dinosaur out right there. Textbooks are used in a classroom to teach subjects such as math, science, English, and social studies. A computer, which I'm on right now, but does not look like that, has a terminal with a screen and keyboard. It can be used to develop class web pages, research information, and keep student records and create worksheets and tests. And plan and record books, which we also don't use anymore. Those are all digital. Plan books are used by teachers to organize and write lessons for the next week or month. Record books are used to record scores and grades students receive to help track progress. So these cards aren't that old. I probably bought them within the last 5 years, but those are pretty funny to me. So other tools, calendars, folders, filing cabinets, rulers, glue, globes, scissors, staplers, markers, whiteboard or chalkboard, overhead projectors, pencil sharpeners, desks, and resource books. And we'll do one more. This one is also a favorite of mine. Farmers. Farmers are super important so that we can have food. It says, in order to be a farmer, you must like caring for crops and animals. There's a variety of jobs, planning and working with your hands and getting dirty. Requirements. I don't know why it says you need a college degree or training in agriculture or business is helpful. Sure. Often on the job training, able to operate and repair tools and machinery in a good business sense. You will plant, fertilize, and harvest crops, keep record of animals, examine them, detect diseases and injuries, help in birthing animals, giving medications, vaccinations, or using insecticides. You have to deliver crops and or animals to the market, keep buildings and machinery clean and in working order. A location, crop and dairy farms, ranches, nurseries, and greenhouses and orchards. Related jobs are agricultural inspector, conservation worker, grader and sorter, and a migrant worker. Farming tools. So there are seeds. Seeds are planted in the ground where they are fertilized and watered. They grow into crops that the farmer harvests at the end of the growing season. Animals are raised on farms to produce the foods we eat. The milk from cows is sold to dairies where it is processed into milk, butter, and cheese products. And a tractor is a vehicle with large heavy wheels that is used for pulling farm machinery such as plows, mowers, and manure spreaders. So farmers, super important. All right, let's move on to our Scholastic News article for the week. All right, so this says, thank you, community workers.
Thank you, community workers. So many community workers have helped us when we've had to stay home. Let's meet a few of them. If you're thankful, clap your hands. As you read, think about why you are thankful for each worker. Nurses care for us when we are sick. If you're thankful, clap your hands. Delivery workers bring us meals. If you're thankful, clap your hands. Sanitation workers get rid of our trash. If you're thankful, clap your hands. Grocers sell us the food we need. If you're thankful, clap your hands. Mail carriers bring us mail and packages. If you're thankful, clap your hands.
All right.
Sing and learn. Thankful for community workers. Sing to the tune of If You're Happy and You Know It. If you're thankful and you know it, clap your hands. If you're thankful and you know it, clap your hands. If you're thankful and you know it, you can clap to really show it. If you're thankful and you know it, clap your hands.
This has a dance break video built in.
Dance break!
Move like community workers. Lift up a garbage can. Drive the mail truck. Put food on the shelves. Now clap to say, thank you, community workers. Good work.
Freeze! Now take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3. And let it out. 3, 2, 1. Now melt to the ground.
All right, so this says neighborhood map. This map shows where the mail carrier delivered mail today. Houses that got mail are marked with an X. It says, which street did the mail carrier walk down first? So the arrows are pointing this way. So I think the mail carrier started here and walked towards Elm Street first. How many houses on Elm Street got mail? So here's Elm Street. So we're gonna count 1, 2, 3. So 3 houses got mail. How many houses on Pine Street got mail? So 1, 2. They want us to add those together. How many houses got mail all together?
Good work.
5. All right. Let's go back. We did the dance break. We're gonna watch the That's My Job video.
That's my job. Has anyone ever asked you, what do you want to be when you grow up? Maybe you said a doctor, or a firefighter, or a soccer player, or a ballerina. Those are all jobs. A job is the kind of work that a person does, and there are all kinds of jobs. Just look around your community and you'll see people busy at work. There are police officers, mail carriers, bus drivers, store clerks, and teachers. And some people have jobs you may never have thought of, like a cartoonist. That's an artist who draws cartoons. Or an architect. An architect designs buildings. Or a volcanologist. That's a scientist who studies volcanoes.
Oh.
And can you believe it's someone's job to taste ice cream? An ice cream taster tastes new flavors before they are sold
Oh, I'm sure we have great internet connection.
in stores. There are also voiceover artists. They read and record the words you hear on videos like this one. That's my job. But why do people have jobs? We need people to make or build the things we use. So it's their job to make, build, and sell us goods. This person grows goods. Food, like vegetables, is a good. The people at this factory make goods. Cars are goods. The people at this store sell goods. Toys are goods. Other people have jobs that provide a service or help others. Veterinarians help us take care of our pets if they are hurt or sick. That's a service. Sanitation workers help keep our community clean. That's a service. And teachers help us learn. That's also a service. Most people earn money for the jobs they do. Then they use the money they earn to pay for the things they need or want. But some people do jobs for free. These people are called volunteers. Kids can be volunteers too. You can volunteer to paint a playground, work in a community garden, or rake leaves for a neighbor. So when someone asks you, what do you want to be when you grow up? What will you say now?
Did you learn about any jobs you might want to try one day? What were they? Talk about it. See you soon.
I can tell you, I never wanted to be a teacher. That sounds terrible. Not that I didn't want to be a teacher, but I always wanted to be a doctor. And I even went to school for it for a couple years, and then I decided it's not for me. So, but I was a paramedic for a couple years. So, all right. So here is our vocabulary for the week.
Community. A place where people live, work, and play together.
All right, so community. We're going to go down. I thought we had a vocabulary worksheet today. I guess we don't. All right. So we will stop sharing. And I'm going to read an IEP meeting. So we're going to get through this and then we'll be done for the day. So it says clothesline clues to jobs people do. Clothesline clues to jobs people do. It says look at the clotheslines and see every clue. Who uses these things for the jobs that they do? There's kind of a glare. Uniform and cap, an invite for you, a big bag of letters. What job does she do? She is a mail carrier. Milk pail and straw hat, overalls in blue, plaid shirt, bandana. What job does he do? He is a farmer. Oven mitts, apron, recipe for stew, puffy hat and whisk. What job does he do? He is a chef. Smock, beret, and brushes, paints of every hue, canvas and easel. What job does he do? He is an artist. Coveralls and tool belt, work gloves and glue, safety glasses, saw. What job does she do? She is a carpenter. Heavy pants, helmet, wide suspenders too. Rescue coat, long hose. What job does she do? I don't know why I can't say job today. She is a firefighter. Spacesuit and jetpack, star charts to review. Flight gloves and moon boots. What job does she do? She is an astronaut. I also wanted to be an astronaut. Then I realized that they don't eat real food in space, I guess, so I don't know. These clothes are all clues to jobs people do. Is one of these jobs just right for you? And that's the end. We will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.